building.
Let's get it. Your boy, favorite comedian, Marlon Mack.
Yep. We got comedian Taji in the building.
Oh, yeah.
We got a real talented artist who's also a WWE fan. We got Nayana in the building.
Hello.
Yep. And we got my boy Quincy Fielding in the building.
Yeet.
Yep, that's how you do it. So we're going to get straight to it. It's the Marlon Mack.
What's up?
How long have you been a WWE fan?
Man, I've been a WWE fan since, like, I was 6 years old, man. It's been a long time. So about, like 20 years now, dang near.
It's a long time.
That's a long time. Almost. I ain't 30.
It's long. I mean, shit. 20 years, that's a lot. A lot done happened in 20 years. Shit, goddamn it. I done gained some weight. I done grown some inches.
I hope so.
You know, up top and down low.
Okay.
You know, just wah.
Leave that one alone.
Where's that button at?
Too much.
We was with you.
Yeah, till I went, hey.
Man.
But, So, Taji, how long have you been a WWE fan?
I've only been a wrestling fan for like 3 years now. I got into it because I kept seeing Roman Reigns pop up, and I was like, who is this man? And then I was hooked ever since.
Shout out to Roman Reigns, the GOAT.
Acknowledge
you see
your tribal chief.
Acknowledge the tribal chief.
Acknowledge him. Yeah!
Get it. Let's get it.
Okay.
Acknowledgements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Nayana, how long have you been a WWE fan?
Shoot, since I can remember, maybe popped out the womb like that.
God damn. So you just rolled into a ring and Stone Cold was man?
Yep, pretty much.
I think I got Sweet Chan music after one ring.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite. I used to get in trouble in school for doing that to people. Yeah, I used to RKO people, Tombstone Power Driver. I used to stay get suspended.
Damn, you tombstones of people? You not in jail?
Right.
Should have been.
Right.
Like, should have got juvie at least.
Yeah.
Probably should have been.
Yeah, you sure you never killed nobody before?
No, just a little DX action, you know, a little
Okay.
Everybody got
So, Mr. Quincy,
teacher too.
how long have you been a WWE fan?
Oh man, since I was like 4 years old.
Look at that.
Yeah, I'm throwback. So I'm all. I watch everything from the WWE. I will go back to watch the WCW, ECW.
Yeah.
No, I stay away from AEW. I ain't gonna lie.
AEW sucks. I ain't gonna take it to you.
Them the ops.
It's like they get worse
They
and
suck.
worse.
Like
I seen
AEW ain't nothing but like the WWE rejects. Like, pretty much. Well, you got an opinion? What you got, Marlon? He said,
A lot. Well, I don't watch the AEW a lot, but a lot of the former WWE stars that go over there are pretty dope. I wouldn't call them rejects, but
I mean, they're the ones that got released from their contracts. WWE didn't want them.
Chris Jericho's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Sasha Banks. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
True.
Banks.
Let's talk about it.
Like
Bobby Lashley, highly underrated in my opinion. You
Yeah.
got Shelton and MVP. Like, come on. All the black people over there are killing it. I think they're the ones that's
they're WWE rejects because the WWE didn't promote them right. You know, Bobby Lashley should be what Roman Reigns is.
I just think
he should be.
When I heard the word reject, I'm like,
I mean, Keith Lee, they fucked over Keith Lee. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, Keith Lee is arguably the greatest NXT wrestler of all time. Arguably, and they
arguably,
I think
Every-
he is. He's
arguably,
everything's
though.
arguably right.
He is arguably. I mean, he's arguably.
I will say, I will agree with you. They did screw him over because when he came up,
he should have had a bit of storyline.
He definitely should have.
He didn't really do a whole lot. And then they keep taking his I don't know if y'all noticed this, but it's just this small thing he used to do where he'll get knocked down, but when he appear behind his opponent, he'll come up and look all menacing.
Oh, yeah, on the turnbuckle.
Yeah, now they got other wrestlers doing that. I'm like, that's a Keith Lee thing.
Yeah, of course. You know what time it is.
Even if it's just that one little gesture.
What do you think? What's the name does that? The Samoan guy.
All of them? Like,
No.
Jacob or Sikoa.
Jacob Fatu. He definitely does it.
They had Sheamus do it before. I'm like, that's Keith Lee's thing.
Of course. Speaking of Jacob Fatu,
What's up?
you know, Jacob Fatu, obviously, you know, on the last episode of SmackDown, you know, he defeated Braun Strowman in the last man standing match.
That was a great match too.
It was, and he will be facing LA Knight for the U.S. title at WrestleMania. How do y'all see that playing out?
Solo gonna do something to mess it up. I got a feeling.
You think Solo gonna mess it up?
Their chemistry is off.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Solo been acting like a loser lately. Sorry, he's been a loser.
If you go back at least 3 weeks of SmackDown and the interactions backstage, and you know Jacob already made it clear. You say either you gonna do it with me, or I'm gonna do it without you. And if you seen, he been coming out doing his own thing. Tama ain't been out there with him. Solo ain't been out there with him. But when Tama was out there, Solo was out there with Tama. It's gonna be some friction. And remember, Hikuleo is signed to WWE. He has not debuted yet.
Right.
They have another, you know, person of the bloodline who signed as well. So they already got 2 in the chamber that they could be able to pull. But I got a feeling Solo's gonna mess it up some type of way. Their chemistry is off.
I didn't think about that.
And Jacob is gonna snap.
Yeah.
You know, I can see him, you know, because Jacob Fatu is obviously, like, he's hard to pair. So I can't, like, I see him, like he's outside the ring. You know, he needs to get back in the ring. You know, and somebody, you know, pulls him out the ring. And it turns out to be him. That's what I see happening. Because I don't see him, like,
kind of like how Jimmy did Jay at SummerSlam.
It's kind of like that. It's similar to that. Similar to that. Very similar. I don't see him getting pinned.
Or you don't see Jacob Fatu getting pinned.
No, I do not.
Solo Bates, you know, Jacob ends, you know, helping him. Jacob bites it. But then out of nowhere, Samoa Spike to Jacob.
Yeah, Samoa Spike. While
the referees either knocked out or attended to LA Knight, some way, somehow.
He basically hitting him with
that's the only thing.
I can say hitting him with a Samoan Spike, then hitting him with the title belt, and then LA Knight hitting him with the BFT and getting a pin.
And after the match, Tama chooses his side. He goes side with Solo, but I got a feeling they go add another member, and then now it's gonna be Jacob against them. I'm telling you, they already gave him a match at Mania.
Absolutely,
Jacob just got there like what? Like
Jacob's been there about 6 months.
Yeah,
about
right. They already gave him a Mania match for a title.
Yes.
So either they go say we gonna go ahead and put the title on him now.
Yeah.
And slapping on him, kind of like how they did Ricky Saints or Ricky Starks, whichever one you want to roll with.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know he had the title over there.
But I don't think he's gonna win. I just don't see him pull it. It doesn't make sense for them to pull the plug on him to win the Intercontinental Championship. It doesn't make sense.
And then like LA Knight hasn't really
built
it up, done anything with it yet. He's supposed to be like the megastar. So
I don't see him winning.
Unless you're gonna take it off of him and put him into like the WWE
role, which I don't think that's gonna happen.
No time soon.
It could have happened sooner, but now
they've all signed lucrative contracts to at least 26, 27, and 28.
Yeah, it could have happened. He could have been up there.
And they just signed Aleister Black
2 years ago now.
And they just signed Aleister Black and Rusev back.
They did?
What? Where you heard that at?
Rusev just re-signed.
What?
I got a question. So like, I'll ask all you. How do y'all see, you know, Aleister Black and Rusev having their roles, you know, back in the WWE? How do y'all see that playing out? If
I think
it's legit.
They gonna be better because Triple H, Papa H, been cooking.
Yeah.
I wonder how they're gonna bring Rusev back though. Is he gonna come back as like this Bulgarian brute, or is he gonna have a different like character?
You know, I see him. You know, maybe you remember how when Karrion Kross made his return to the WWE and attacked Drew McIntyre. I can see Rusev doing something like that.
Okay. Yeah. If you go bring Rusev, I'm gonna say Aleister Black is probably gonna go straight to NXT in my opinion. Rusev, you gotta bring him back as the Bulgarian brute. He just either put somebody down, he put somebody big. If he comes back and attacks Jacob, just puts him down. I'll enjoy that.
I see him.
Rusev and Jacob.
That's
I don't see that happening.
That's crazy.
If he come back, I see him attacking somebody like
LA Knight.
LA Knight, yep.
Yeah.
LA,
I mean, they all
LA
the
Knight,
same.
LA
Like,
Knight. Either LA Knight or AJ Styles.
Ooh,
I was gonna
That'd
say
be good.
AJ Styles. That'd be
That would be
good.
how he makes
AJ
his return. I definitely see that.
AJ or LA Knight. Yeah.
Speaking of Karrion Kross, you know, Karrion Kross, you know, like they've definitely like they've been fucking him over because Karrion Kross was a damn good in the NXT. And when he came up, you know, his very first match, he beats Drew McIntyre. And then, for whatever reason, you know, they just, you know, I don't know what it is. You know?
I mean, I think speaking as fans, it's kind of like, first of all, Karrion Kross turns shit to sugar. Everything they give him, he makes pretty dope.
Yeah.
And it's like, they already got like so many dope things happening. It's like, how do we put Karrion into this? I don't know. He's so good. He got the look and everything.
I would say this. I'm noticing, like, although he hasn't been wrestling, you know, he's had like some good like promos, some mic moments. You know,
he been talking.
You know, I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but you remember before Sami Zayn fought Kevin Owens, you know. Karrion Kross is constantly in his ear.
Well, you notice Karrion Kross been in everybody's ear.
Yeah, but before Sami Zayn fought Kevin Owens, he had a lot of words with Sami Zayn.
Facts. And
I can see, you know, I think if Sami Zayn comes back, let's say, you know, he gets into a feud with Karrion Kross. And they use that as finally the moment to, to
put Karrion over.
You know, to finally put him over.
Give him a big spotlight, a bigger spotlight, because
he gets the win
they keep fumbling
over
people.
Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, you know, and that could be because he was the. Think about it.
Watching Sami lose, bro.
Think about it. Karrion Kross,
not too much.
Think about it. Karrion Kross is the only man to own the victory over the Wyatt Six. Think about that. His last time in the ring.
We ain't seen him since.
He
cleared now. He cleared now.
He's clear. He's ready to come back. Now. Thank God.
I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think they're gonna. Even when they do, I never thought that experiment was gonna work with the Wyatt Six. I never believed it.
I feel that. I don't think it works as a group. I think
it doesn't have the same aura.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
As a single competitor could work. Uncle Howdy could work by himself. In my opinion, but
they're gonna work. They're gonna fail. They're gonna fail the same reason Connor and Victor failed.
Yeah, I think they should just do.
They suck to me. I'm sorry.
What was that group called?
The Ascension.
Because it's like when you see them, like they're clear. What was that group? That was that
Road Warriors.
Road Warriors, yeah.
They're obviously trying to make them a fake ass version of them. And WWE saw that and like it didn't work. And I feel like they're trying to continue a legacy in WWE. They're not gonna go for it. I don't see it working.
I was excited for it with like the first idea, but like you said, it is hard to see it working. It's sad because everybody in that group is dope.
Yeah, they are.
If you don't have the time to put effort into like the storylines and all the competitors, like that's a group of 5 to 6 people.
And then
so they need a lot.
Who are they going to go against?
They need a lot of
who are they going to go?
Right.
Like if the Judgment Day is, they're done. You can't do that.
Now, what if Karrion take over that?
The Judgment Day?
Takes over Judgment Day?
Let's think about this. Let's say Karrion takes over Judgment Day.
That's not happening.
You think that'll happen? Where do you get that storyline from? How do you think that could come into play?
I think they dropped AOP.
He's already a leader of a faction.
Yeah,
he's a master
if AOP is gone, then it's just Karrion, his woman, and that older dude. And I feel like they're not gonna keep him around.
I think they dropped the older dude too.
So he could be the leader of Judgment Day. That would make sense if Dom approaches Karrion and Karrion just takes over. And then Karrion and Finn Balor have a wrestling match.
I see it now.
Karrion Kross has already been a leader of a faction. He is a master manipulator because think about it. He's every person he says something to in the ear. To Seth Rollins, to Sami Zayn. You see how Seth was tripping every time somebody gets in his business and he started wilding the hell out. Like he accepted 2 matches last year like a dummy and lost his title to Drew. But Drew went even further and was looking more stupid when we seen the whole debacle of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Karrion Kross taking over.
And bring a more darker, more violent edge to them.
Yes.
It's killing two birds with one stone if you think about it. Now you putting the Judgment Day back together.
Judgment Day is about
and you giving him Karrion Kross his big opportunity.
Yep.
As a leader of something and not just a manipulator.
He's talking to AJ right now.
Look, he
talking to AJ right now.
Who is?
Karrion Kross.
For everybody who don't know, we got Raw. We got Raw streaming. Setting the mood with Raw. Karrion Kross is
they thinking they in here in the room with us right now.
Right. And AJ Styles are talking. They both look like mad white men who.
AJ yelling.
I let you borrow my lawnmower 2 weeks ago, and you ain't still never repaid.
Where's my comb, man?
And look, she look like she want to fuck the neighbor. Like, girl, I'm gonna go get the lawnmower tomorrow.
Speaking of the Intercontinental title picture, how do y'all see that?
It's gonna be a 4-way.
It is a 4-way. They just posted it on Instagram.
So who's in it? Give me help because I might be a little behind.
It's Penta,
Finn,
Dom, and Braun.
I told you.
At WrestleMania.
Penta, Finn, Dom, and Braun.
Dom ain't taking nothing.
No, I'm going for Dom. Fuck it.
Sheamus.
You
Dom
said it was
winning.
gonna be Sheamus. I was like, no, it's not gonna be Sheamus. I knew it.
I'm going for the Mysterio child. I'm going for the Mysterio child.
Waiting for him?
I'm going for him.
You're going for Dirty Dom.
I'm saying Dirty Dom's winning.
That's a bro.
That would be fantastic.
If y'all ever paid attention to WrestleMania, it's always that one match to where that one person who you don't want to win ends up winning.
That would be.
That's going to be that match.
And think about it, that would be the best match for him to win. Because they can hit all their finishers on each other. He just rolls in like.
True. And he would do something
and then
like that.
pins Finn.
Stop!
Yeah.
See?
That'll be good. Yeah, you got that. You got that one. You got that.
And then look. And then the next week, his excuse: I was trying to keep the title in the group, and you was down.
No,
but he's
I'm
gonna
sick of that
turn,
too, bro. That makes sense. So that's a good storyline. That
I'm sorry, Finn.
Or Braun is just gonna spare everybody.
I love Braun.
You just like
I love Braun.
Braun Breaker, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Who do you want to win? Who do you?
I can see this. He spares everybody. Then Sheamus comes out and bro kicks Braun.
And then Sheamus gets the belt.
No,
he just kicks Braun and Dominic.
He screws him.
Okay.
He screws him. And that'll be storyline after Mania because all storylines have to get reset after Mania.
Because Sheamus is out because of Braun Breaker. He can come in and
I'm telling you,
Braun, and then Dominic, hits the frog splash and wins.
All right, let's do this. What they call it? We're gonna make the prediction. So let's go in order. Match prediction. No, not match by match. Just this match here. We can do it match by match, but this match in particular. Who's your go-to?
Out of those four?
Out of those four.
I do see Dominic winning, but because I think Sheamus will be the reason he wins.
All right, so Dominic winning via Sheamus.
If Dominic wins, it's gonna be because of Liv.
That was okay. I'm a girl's girl. I was gonna say that.
That makes sense.
And just picture it because y'all know they doing a tag team turmoil to determine the number one contender for the women's tag titles. So imagine this picture. Let's say Raquel and Liv keep the titles. Let's say Dom wins. Just like how Dom and Liv backtrack, looking at everybody in the ring, laughing and smiling at SummerSlam. Imagine with Dom with the IC title, while they got the tag titles in this whole little 3-ring circus.
Yeah,
laughing and walking back, all holding championship gold.
That would be
Pins Finn, and Finn looking pissed all in the camera.
I'm telling you, I love how I put that idea in the air and y'all ran with it. I love it.
Braun would be in disbelief because he just lost his title again.
Right.
Penta probably be somewhere dazed, confused.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When they did the Penta versus Braun match, I was like, I know they are not about to let this dude win.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And then he lost. It was a good match, and he lost. I was like, okay, cool. Who's that? That's you?
Somebody baby mama calling?
Who phone out here? Who phone is this? Not yours?
No.
Dear producer, who phone is this? Did you say answer it?
Just a small intermission by Nelly. That's it.
We represent. We are from St. Louis.
What type of matches is going on now?
I see
six-man
so many
tag,
people in the ring.
I believe.
This is LWO versus
American Alpha. American Made. Sorry.
I got a theory.
Wait, if I say that, we ain't going to circle.
We didn't go.
Keep your theory. Hold on. Yeah, keep
Who
your
do you think's gonna
theory.
win?
Prediction.
Based on storyline, Dirty Dom. It only makes sense because of basically what he said. I felt like Liv is always interfering. He's always interfering. You know, they got that cute little thing, and this is just me because I'll be watching old wrestling.
That Dirty Sanchez,
I was watching the old wrestling, and
this you DLC? Is this you calling? Who the fuck?
I ain't trying to be funny, but like you could call in, you know what I'm saying? Oh, people could call in. Oh shit, we ain't know. We got people.
We just rejected people calls. My bad.
Hey, hold on.
It was not Quincy. Quincy did not reject no calls.
Hey yo, this petty talk. We ain't know people was calling in.
We did not know that. I didn't know people could call in. Can you call them back?
Hey, we love y'all calling in. That means y'all invested. So we'll answer the. Oh shit, we ain't know.
Yeah,
We'll answer
anybody
it.
want to call in? Go.
And if you,
my bad, I ain't know.
and if you come in,
I didn't know.
matter of fact, I'm about to run that number because I might know that person.
All
All right, we'll answer it next time. We know
I'm
y'all
not
was talking
bougie.
to us.
I was left off of Bad and Bougie. They kicked me out. I did not make the cut. I was left off. I promise I didn't do that.
We thinking we being unprofessional. When
Right.
we could be more professional.
There's a will.
We here like who fucking
Somebody's
phone?
calling now.
All right,
Put on speaker.
is it on speaker? Can we hear them?
I'm the same person that's been calling.
Oh, my fault.
Sorry.
Press 2.
What's your name, player?
Press 1.
Press 1.
Calling from a correctional facility?
That nigga calling from jail. We love all our fans.
What's the word?
Oh, he gone.
Yo.
Damn, my fault.
He called back.
If you call back,
He been called
I think
back.
we know how to work it now.
Yeah, we got it. Next time
All
he
right.
calls back, we got it
right.
figured out. You know what I'm saying? You know.
You said via live.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense.
All right, what you got?
I want either Braun or low key. I'm gonna say Finn because Finn is just he ain't had nothing in a minute.
This is true.
They gotta give it to
calling
him.
Sound like
I
sex.
know that's right.
You
You
right.
got a
Finn-
point.
But it sound like sex.
Finn,
like,
Finn has to
He
have
hasn't had a belt. He hasn't had a belt. He hasn't won.
We can show it again.
What's the dealio?
Yo.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all finally answered the phone.
You on the air, player.
We on the earth.
We've been trying, man. We've been trying. Like we I just
I
found
know
out about this feature.
I'm watching y'all. I want to congratulate y'all on y'all show first
You
and
watching,
foremost.
man?
We appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm watching y'all on
Man, why you-
Hey, we appreciate you, man. I'm glad that you called to congratulate us, and we
For
happy
sure,
that
for
you
sure.
listening.
Let me
in.
turn my phone on. I'm turning my phone all the way down.
Yeah.
If you in the car, man, it might interfere. So yeah, I'm glad you called in, though.
Yeah.
That St. Louis traffic is crazy.
So you got any questions?
But
He had me. He watched.
see this
Hello.
this Coach Hill from Tequila and Tofu Plant Based Podcast. But what I wanted to add, since y'all got a wrestling show, have many of y'all ever been to a live wrestling event?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been to several restaurants. I've been to several.
Yeah.
I am a seat filler, so basically what they do, like they have what's coming out here? Backlash, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
And they already called me like, hey, we don't have enough. Like when it gets closer, they'll be like, hey, we don't have enough tickets. And you know they gotta look good on camera. So me and I just get a couple of my friends and we'll go down there and sit floor seats.
Right.
How do you do
Put me
that?
on.
I literally, I met her. I met a producer
I saw
using the
her request. We friends
restroom,
now.
and she was like, "Oh, so you unaccepted?" But she was like,
I
I was all wrestling out, Bianca Belair out, like ponytail, everything, and she was like, "How often do you watch wrestling?" I was like, "Since I was little, it was something I used to do with my granny," and she was like, "Have you ever thought about being a seat filler?" And then it went from there.
Girl.
They took my number down.
Let's do it.
Hey, truth be told, you cute. You can dress nice.
Shoot your shot, brother.
Oh, I was about to say that.
Shoot your shot, brother.
They say shoot or shoot.
Shoot your shot, brother.
Hey,
All right, Mello.
How you get? I need to know. Shit.
Yeah, so like I be traveling with it like I did the Royal Rumble in Chicago. So yeah, like
That's what's up.
Yeah,
We all been to live shows, man. We love it. I went to the
Raw
Royal Rumble
1000.
when it was here. That was great.
Raw 1000.
that was
Last
real
one I
good.
went to was
Oh, the Raw Rumble when it was last week.
Which one was that? When Logan Paul was here and he was dissing St. Louis. That was like
That loser, but yeah.
that was like 2 years ago. No, like a year and a half, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
when
which
the Royal
Royal
Rumble
Rumble
came.
was that? Was that the one where Naomi came back? Am I tripping?
That was when Ronda Rousey came.
See, I don't know.
Lesnar was in it.
I don't know.
What's some of
Last
the
year,
stories
what was
that
it?
y'all
I went to
seen?
the one where Naomi came back.
And that was the
That
one with
was,
what was the Hispanic singer?
Orlando.
What
Yeah,
was
that's the
what
one
was
I
that,
went
Doc?
to.
What was that? What was that? What'd you say, man?
Say that again.
What was the last wrestling event you went to? My guy on the phone. You say you coach?
Well, I'm pretty old school with mine.
Hey, we love the old school. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh, yeah.
You said you saw it at the Chase.
I've actually been to wrestling at the Chase.
I just said that.
Hey.
Wrestling
Okay.
at the Chase.
Okay.
Love it. Wrestling
Most
at the
definitely.
Chase. So who you gotta give us a match. Who's like in the main event at that one? Or like
I've seen Hulk Hogan.
okay.
I've seen Andre the Giant. I've seen Big John Studd.
Oh,
Oh,
bad.
them two
That's
Mount
real
Rushmores right
throwback.
there.
Vintage.
That's real
That's
throwback.
vintage.
Them two Mount Rushmore.
Shoot, Andre the Giant, I think was
just
before.
watched Big John.
That's like
Big
what,
John
NWA?
Studd- I just watched Big John Studd versus Andre the Giant. And when he hit him with the you know how Big John used to have that 2x4.
That's real old.
Yeah.
By the way, Hulk Hogan wears about 2 bottles worth of baby oil.
I believe it.
Whoa.
I definitely-
No Diddy.
No Diddy, right?
No
Get out
Diddy,
my
yes.
head.
No Diddy.
No Diddy, yeah.
Or Diddy. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's a little Diddy. It's just a little
It's a
Diddy.
little ditty.
A whole lot of Diddy.
Yeah, that's when I found out
It's a lot of baby.
about wrestling being scripted.
Yeah.
Wrestling is scripted, but question: do you think everything is
I gotta
scripted?
go and watch this game. Y'all continue to have a great show.
Thank you for
Congratulations
listening.
again.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you
By
for
the
the
way,
question.
if anybody's plant-based, feel free to come on Tequila and Tofu, the plant-based podcast.
Tequila and tofu.
I'll be there. You
Alright,
had me at tequila.
I would
Facts.
definitely look
I'll be
that
there
up.
for the tequila.
I like tofu.
I
I
don't
thought
know
you
about
said kung
tofu.
fu. I was like, I don't think that mixed.
You said you
Oh,
finna be
yeah,
drinking
yeah,
and doing
yeah.
wire.
The drunken fist.
God
to
damn.
the-
Hi.
But yeah.
Get in that motherfucker.
Hi.
But yeah, I think to finish up that last thing, we can move on to what your next segment is. I agree. I think it'd be dope if Dom won or Finn won. I think Dom, man, I would love Dom to win. Somebody hit their finishers. Everybody's outside the ring except Finn. That he pins Finn with that same
Yes.
reason that I
It's gonna
gave
be a
earlier.
child with a face that's gonna be like the new meme when Dom wins.
Oh,
If Dom wins, it's gonna be a child with a.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be.
Yes, absolutely.
And then
I
we
definitely
need
do
Breaker to be up. Like
Yes.
he got to go up.
Okay,
Like,
I'll
come
let that
on.
slide. I'll
Yeah.
let that
I
slide.
think
I need Breaker to go
see
up.
Breaker
that.
versus
I
Jacob.
think it will.
Ooh.
Just like.
Yes, because they've been teasing that.
I need to see Brian Breaker versus Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, we need
Brian Breaker
him to
versus
go
Jacob
up.
Fatu.
He did
That'll
great.
be.
In 2 years, WrestleMania.
Yeah,
No,
that'll
that'll be
be
a WrestleMania main.
We not gonna
event
see
next
that.
year. I see that. That's
For
not-
the- and it has to be
Bianca
for a
and Jade
title.
to next
It
year.
gotta
It's
be
not
for a
happening
title.
now, but I can see it.
Let it be for the World
next year
Championship.
or the year
No,
before.
Charlotte and Jade, then Bianca and Jade probably.
Mm.
What's coming? I'm sorry. What's coming first, Charlotte and Jade or Bianca and Jade?
It's gonna be Charlotte and Jade.
Charlotte and Jade, then Bianca. And
Because
Jade.
Bianca and Jade, they cool right now.
Yeah.
Jade focus is Naomi.
Right.
Yep.
I love
And I
Naomi.
knew she did it.
I hope she don't get beat too bad.
I knew she did it.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not so sure she's gonna lose that match.
Naomi's
Naomi?
gonna lose.
I'm not so sure.
He said he's not so sure that Naomi is going to lose.
Yeah.
I can see her.
You think
getting
she'll win?
I don't think she's on pin her claim, but I can see you know her making a mistake. Because she's so angry, and Naomi capitalized and get like a roll up victory. And
That
just
worked.
Run out the ring.
We can get the best of 3 out of that. I wouldn't be mad.
You think she may get help?
I was
And-
gonna
and-
say
and-
I
don't think she
still
have- I don't think she
I
have
still
help.
feel
I
like
have options.
Bianca
Think
is a
somebody
part
from
of this.
NXT.
against Jade.
I feel like in the long run, this storyline could have went so much deeper, and I feel like they're going to realize that, like, at this match, Bianca come out, and Naomi thinks she there for Jade, the support of Jade.
Ooh.
But then some stuff go wrong, and then wham, she really there for Naomi. And y'all remember when Naomi was talking, she was like, Jade is not your friend. Da 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 da. And then if you paid close attention, I look at all the little details. At the Elimination Chamber, when
That's
not even my ringtone for me to just do that.
All right, finish your thought, and then.
Well, yeah, I just personally feel like if you paid attention, when Jay was running out to the ring, Bianca was taking her jacket off, ready to rumble. She was ready to go. And Naomi was so confused. Yep. Naomi was genuinely confused.
I saw that inside the cage.
Hello?
I think they just hung up.
I think that was the hang up sound.
But what I was saying was, let's think about this. Let's say if Naomi did get help. Nobody on the main roster. Let's bring somebody up from NXT.
Okay, I'm listening.
Let's bring somebody up like Jada Parker.
Yes.
Stop, because
Absolutely.
Jada. Oh no.
Jada Parker and Naomi, that could work.
With Naomi's attitude she got now.
Yes, that's so Jada
She's
Parker.
better than what it was when they were team bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Way better now because this caution gimmick with the whole and that promo she did. Bravo, her best one ever.
And Jada Parker sells her promos.
Because in a way she looked psycho the way that she was looking in the camera, and then the way she smiled. After Nick Aldis announced their match for WrestleMania, did y'all see that smile she did?
Yes,
that was like the most beautiful feeling face I ever seen in my life.
I pictured that.
Like Jay was all hype and in the ring, but then when he did that look back,
She
like the
looked so
Undertaker.
good doing that. She looked good. Yes.
Yeah.
I
think I asked her to marry me after that.
Hey, I love Naomi.
I love Naomi.
I'm no better than a man. As soon as I see her post on Instagram.
Big Jim.
I love Naomi.
Big Jim.
Hey, but dang. Oh yeah, You put a different thought in my head. If Naomi wins somehow, they do a best of 3. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
And it also make Naomi still look like a threat. I feel like y'all can't punk my
either
girl out
You
like
can't.
that.
And either the second or third match has to be a special stipulation.
Yeah.
Like street fight, something
Street
like
fight, steel cage, something. Last woman standing.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had a lumberjack or a lumberjill match in a long time.
A very long time.
And it could a lumberjill match?
Yeah, what is that?
Well,
Okay, you want to explain?
Ooh, this
Go ahead.
good
Let
match.
her do
It'd
it.
be like
let the lady explain.
it'd be like all
right, when a woman
the
explains it.
all the people. So lumberjack, boy, girl, man, woman. They all be outside the ring, right? Like the whole roster be outside the ring. While they in the ring fighting, they be throwing stuff in the ring. It be so lit.
Yeah.
Like,
And so think about this, because, like, I'm sure other wrestlers feel the same way Naomi does. Like, Jada just came in. She get all these opportunities and blah, blah, blah.
Her first year
Yeah.
WrestleMania. Like,
exactly.
Okay, I'm
and so you got all the women outside the ring, and as soon as, like, Jay gets thrown out, the women who are jealous start beating her up, toss her back in. The women who don't like Naomi, they toss her out, start, So that could be a lumberjill match. That could be dope. And they only do that. I feel like we've never seen a lumberjill or a lumberjack match in a main event. Or like a pay-per-view. However you call it now. It's always been like on regular TV, which is cool. I'll take an episodic lumberjill match, but that could be... It's not called pay-per-view no more. What's it called?
PLE.
PLE.
A premium live event.
Premium live event.
that's crazy because I didn't even know that TT getting old. Cause what?
getting
I
old?
still been calling it pay-per-view.
We old school now.
Yeah.
It's
I gotta
PLE, premium live
That's
event.
crazy.
Or paid live event, however you want to say it.
You know how Chad Gable has this what's it?
El Grande Americano.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. What's on the screen right now? Well,
Gunther versus Jimmy.
when Gunther versus Jimmy happened and Jey Uso was chained up, he didn't do enough for me.
He ain't try at all.
He didn't try to act at all.
Oh,
I was
My heart.
Like, that was terrible. Come on,
you don't
Jay.
rip your arm out, bro.
I'm gonna get to that next, but
That was
I got a theory.
What's up?
This Chad Gable, man, he's gonna change the history of WWE at WrestleMania. I'm gonna tell you why.
Ooh,
He's
that's a
out
big
there
statement.
I'm listening.
Listen, he's out there El
Grande Americano.
He and Rey Mysterio are going to have a match, and the loser has to take off their mask.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to win, and Rey Mysterio is going to have to take off his mask.
He's never going to take his mask off.
He's already taking his mask off it, though.
But he's not doing it
back in the day, anyways. But
sacred, because Rey Mysterio's career is about over. That's true. He's at the end.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I feel like y'all be something. I feel like maybe I want to do this at least once before my career is over.
He did it already, though.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Rey Mysterio did take his mask off.
He did in WCW.
Well, yeah, not in WWE, but
he said that's not canon.
That's not him.
But I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I feel like that's gonna happen. I definitely do.
Well, maybe. I hope so.
If that happens, then he has to go like Gangsta Ray, like kind of like how Conan was in Wolfpack.
But that should be his last mask. Like he could go Gangsta Ray mid match. I guess. I don't know, but if he's gonna take off his mask, that should be his last match.
Yeah,
and he should tear some shit up.
We don't want to see older.
But honestly, how long? How long is this whole El Grande Americano gimmick gonna last? Like, let's think about this. Unmasking Mania, kill the storyline, refresh Chad Gable for a better storyline, so that way he can have a marquee match himself.
Like, come on.
Yes,
by Mania next year.
Happening.
Like he needs to be
like take the mask off him. Okay, the gimmick was funny. Ha 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 he.
I see him doing it. I can see that could be Rey Mysterio's last match.
Yeah, Chad Gable is my guy. So I always had high hopes. He's one of the wrestlers who I had like high hopes for. I feel like after WrestleMania, whatever his match is it against Rey Mysterio? We don't know.
We don't know. We're just
talking. They don't have a match.
Well, whoever the lucha he's supposed to face, hopefully he wins, and then I could see him in like the whatever the wrestler group that's gonna be challenging after Jay's title. He could be one of those wrestlers that go after Jay's heavyweight title instead of keeping him. Like, he needs to be up. Like, we always compare him to Kurt Angle, but we want him to be Kurt Angle.
I would hope so.
We don't have a Kurt Angle. We need him to be
I would hope so, though. He done had so many different gimmicks. One of these got to be something. He done had Shorty G, Shorty Gable. He had the stuff with the big Otis dude. Yeah, like, he needs something.
And he still be teasing that.
Yeah, like,
I'm elevated. He should have. That should have been his moment against Gunther last WrestleMania.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
but if it was, we wouldn't be here with Jay. So,
yeah.
Not exactly. That does because Sammy won, and now look, he's there. They could have had him beat him, and then it could have still happened. It was just
Sammy beat Gunther.
Yeah, at WrestleMania.
It was that a title match?
Yeah, that was what Intercontinental title.
Sammy beat him for the Intercontinental.
Oh, he did beat him.
I forgot about that.
I remember
he hit him with a brain buster on the top turnbuckle.
A brain buster and two.
This is beautiful. By
two haluga kicks.
That's coming back to me.
One to the back of the head.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah,
that should have been Chad Gable's moment.
But they really hyped it up for Sammy when he walked out, kissed his family, before the match. Then Kevin Owens standing right there. Give him this whole huge big hug right before he gets out and gets amped up. Like, it was kind of set up for Sammy to win it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. I only forgot because look how they treat Sammy now. Like, he's been having some good, like, he's been involved in some stories, but it's like...
I remember that because they was trying to little boy him.
And they put Gunther in. You was like, Gunther.
Yeah. Speaking of the Gunther and Jey Uso match, how do y'all see that playing out?
Jay could get it.
He gonna get the belt?
I'm gonna stay with my fellow Yeet brother.
Yeet.
Jay can get it. And like I said, I have a feeling that Kaiser is going to try to come in and help because Gunther's going to realize he can't put Jay down. Jay going to keep fighting. And Jimmy is going to come out of nowhere. We ain't going to see him tonight. We ain't going to see him Friday because obviously what happened last week. He going to reappear, help his brother, and they go celebrate. And it's going to be crazy. But that's going to open up Saturday.
Oh, that's definitely the opening match. That's definitely the opening match.
Because I think Jay is going to win, but I don't think that's how he's going to win.
What you think?
I see it being a lot like, because y'all remember how Gunther and Goldberg got into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you remember when Gunther and Lesnar were kind of feuding a little bit, and then Eddie Guerrero had that match with Brock Lesnar at No Way Out, and Gunther cost Brock.
Gunther? Are you trying to say a different?
I mean, Gunther cost Brock.
Goldberg.
Their names are the same down there. Goldberg Spirit, Brock Lesnar.
That one big white man crossed the other big white man.
Right.
And the little white man, the little Mexican man won.
Yeah, so like Goldberg Spirit's Brock, and Eddie Guerrero hits him with the frog splash and win.
See, I don't want that.
I
don't
can
want that.
I can see a scenario where,
But what you think,
Ty? Goldberg is in the crowd, right? Some point during the match, Gunther goes outside, confronts him, and slaps him, and they have to hold Goldberg back. At some point during the match,
I mean, everybody getting slapped.
Everybody slapping everybody.
Uso tries to super kick Gunther. Gunther ducks, and he hits the referee. The referee is out. At some point during the match, Goldberg gets in the ring, spears him. Then when he gets up, he hits him with Jey Uso hits him with a super kick, followed by a spear, followed by frog splash.
Uso splash.
1, 2, 3. I can see. I can really see.
And let's say Jey wins, imagine that pop.
Yes, Jay's going to win.
Yeah.
Jay is going to win.
They can't keep making my dude.
They're going to do it for the pop.
They're going to do it for the pop.
They're going to do it. That'll be a good storyline.
He's not going. He should not hold it for that long. Wrestling ability, period.
And imagine the backstage interaction after Jay wins.
Everybody go love him.
Walking to his cousin Roman. Ooh. Roman sees him holding that title.
Ooh.
You think he'll embrace him?
I think
Roman ain't got no title.
I think.
But I'm saying after everything they done been through,
right? Beat Jay for the title because he's not holding it that long.
Well, hold on. I want to say this. So, your idea. The only reason I'll disagree with that one because back then nobody thought Eddie could beat Brock straight up. We've seen Jay beat Gunther though, because Jay beat Gunther for the IC title, didn't he?
No, that was Sami Zayn who beat him. Jay beat
who did Jay?
Braun Breaker.
I don't think Jay's ever had a belt.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he had
Jay beat Braun Breaker.
You're right.
Oh, he beat Braun Breaker.
He beat Braun.
But Jay beat Gunther, didn't he?
Actually.
No, he didn't. The only two big people to beat Gunther are Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, and then with Cody.
Cody.
So Jay has never beat Gunther.
No, he's
even when they was feuding over the IC title, he
never beat Gunther.
Okay, I take that back. You could be on
like elimination game.
Could be on something.
Yes.
Like if you don't win, you're done.
You're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. This. You're right. This could be it. That could work. I hope it doesn't work that way, but it could work.
You want it to be a clean?
I want it to be a clean.
I want it to be a clean because they've been building this thing of Jay being so insecure, especially just seeing Gunther. He's like, man, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And Jimmy had to talk him up.
If they could have it clean like how Sammy beat Gunther,
I need it to be clean.
If there is interference, it has to come from Gunther's side first.
Yes.
Then somebody from Jay's side could come in. Then I'll be cool.
And then it's equal.
Yeah, then it's equal. Then it's cool. But if it's like, man, Gunther's beating his ass, and somebody come out.
And when Jimmy comes to take Kaz out, he has to take him out with something big. It could be a spear through the guardrail, put him through a table, something to where, okay, we know Kaz is down. He's not a threat no more.
Yeah.
Now, Gunther off his game, Jay counters, 1, 2, 3.
You think that didn't the Usos do that the 3D move? Didn't they have the Dudley Boy move?
Yeah, they call it the D1.
You think
1D?
Do you think they will both hit that move on Gunther during the match? Can you see
that could be, and watch Gunther kick out.
Facts. He will kick out
because it would just be like the suspense because it's like almost every pinfall is not gonna be the final pinfall. It's always like that in Mania. I don't care what match it is. You think it's the final pinfall? The dude that hit the finisher or the woman that hit the finisher. 1, 2.
This is amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Jey Uso be the first man to actually power out of the sleeper hold. I think he's gonna get the sleeper hold on. He's gonna have him down, legs wrapped around him.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna think he's about to pass out.
So how
whole anaconda bite like
he gets up, he slams him against the
turnbuckle
and breaks out of it.
I can see that. That would be great.
I can see that.
Dang, I was about to ask. Dang, I forgot. Go ahead.
Okay. Speaking of Jay, he about to come out now.
Yeah, I see the back
coming up. Jay coming up.
You got So we got, like we said, we got Raw playing in the back, keeping the wrestling vibes going. Jay about to come through
the audience.
Is he gonna do that at WrestleMania?
Hey, his evolution
for sure.
Jay's evolution.
You know what? I can see him doing like a.
That's a long ass walk.
What if he does that?
And they're gonna let him do it.
I can see him doing this. What if he does that Shawn Michaels entrance when he comes out?
Logan Paul already did it. Logan Paul did it already. They ain't about to do that too soon. Yeah,
but that was years ago because I wasn't even watching wrestling when Logan Paul did that.
Dang. So that was what, 3 years ago?
Now I would say this:
Maybe
he needs
four,
to
five,
he needs to have
three,
a
four,
better
five?
entrance this year at Mania because
Yeah, I
last
can
year,
see
you know,
Jay
he
doing
And look, he in all black too.
He
No
had
bright
Lil Wayne,
colors. He
yeah.
mean business. He mean business.
Where's Vegas? Okay, anybody could beat Vegas though.
Yeah, we gotta get to it. I can't believe we haven't talked about this yet.
What?
We gotta talk about Cena and Cody.
Yeah.
Man,
How do y'all?
my heart hurt.
How do y'all feel about John Cena turning heel?
My
in the first
heart hurt. Like, why would you do me like that?
Yes.
I've been knowing that man, John Black Man Cena.
John Blackman Cena.
Black
is
man,
crazy.
Not John Black.
please explain.
John
That
Blackman.
man is- that
man is
Cena
pale
is
as day.
crazy.
Please
You just said.
No,
He invited to the
Cena,
cookout.
that's a little-
He's invited.
I ain't
Thugonomics
gonna
Cena.
buy him to the
I ain't gonna lie.
cookout, but I
Not
fuck
this
with
Mrs. Doubtfire Cena and with whatever he got going
I don't know,
on. But
yeah.
That ball
My
spot
heart
lost.
hurt.
funny.
I've been knowing him my whole life, and
I
you gonna
can
betray
see
me.
it, like,
He is peacemaker now.
I saw it coming. Like it was. It was. If you, I kind of saw it coming.
I ain't gonna lie.
It was
My
I-
heart.
Think
Think
about it.
One
Think
time
about
before
it.
he's
Think-
done.
think-
One
think
time
about
before
it.
he's done.
Cause I knew that when The Rock was gonna be on the pay-per-view, that's when I knew that John Cena was gonna turn heel. Cause it would make what sense does it make for Cody to turn heel? And he has
Exactly.
the-
I didn't.
He
expect-
has the belt.
He has
Yeah,
What's the
that's,
point?
no, I knew Cody wasn't
Then
turning heel.
Yeah.
they're not
I just
gonna
didn't
have
expect
two
Cena.
faces.
Right, I didn't
They're not
expect
gonna do
Cena
two
to-
faces at the WrestleMania. They're not gonna be able to build that. The promo's gonna suck.
You
They're
right.
not gonna have two faces.
I mean, they're gonna play it
So
out like
of
this.
course, like when Rock comes out there, he's gonna ask Cody to join force. He's not gonna
Give me
do
your
it. And
soul.
Then, of course, John Cena. It made
I need
knew-
your
I
soul.
think it's gonna play out like this. Cena's gonna fail.
What up, little man? See,
Rock is gonna. I feel like Rock and Cena's gonna have a confrontation, and I think Rock got somebody up his sleeve to take out Cena if he does not get the job done.
Who's up his sleeve?
to take out to help him.
To take out Cena.
To
If
ta-
Cena, if
After
Cena, if
Cena
Cena
fails?
does not get the job done in Mania,
Okay.
and
Ooh,
that's gonna be the way for
Guess
Cena
what?
to turn back babyface to finish his career.
I just,
'Cause
I
he's
just,
not gonna be.
I'm
a
about to
heel
finish
all
your
the
thought.
way
Right.
to the end.
I'm about to finish your thought. So you said if Cena can't beat Cody, The Rock got somebody else to take Cena out.
He has.
You know who it
somebody up his
is?
sleeve.
Who it could be? Prize fighter Brock Lesnar.
Ooh. You get a round of applause, my nigga, bro. What? That'd be great.
And then think about
Prize
that.
fighter.
That is fire
No,
because
Brock, no.
Brock has mutual respect with Cody. He made that public.
Yes.
He shook his hand,
Yes.
beat him straight up. But you never seen that with Brock and Cena?
No.
What?
never seen them shake
I forgot a
hands.
theory. Speaking of,
Oh,
y'all know Gunther and Brock were supposed to face last WrestleMania before the Brock scandal. Let's say Gunther does,
And that's
actually
over
beat-
now. That's over now.
Right, he cleared.
I know.
Oh!
Let's say
he's
Gunther.
clear.
Let's make this a reality.
Let's say Gunther actually smashes Jey Uso.
Okay.
That would
Brock
think he
versus
does.
Gunther. Oh
And
my
then
God.
he gets on the microphone and blah. And then the Brock Lesnar entrance. He comes out.
That's
That'd be
gonna
dope.
be a mean ass
So you're
battle.
saying if Gunther wins
Hey,
at
hold
Mania,
on. Speaking of
He's
Brock,
gonna get on the microphone.
if Jey
I
Uso
told
win
you.
this belt,
and
Brock
next
come
you
out,
know,
I'm
we
gonna be
hear
pissed.
The intro music.
Brock Lesnar.
Immediately that belt is going.
I'm gonna cry. He's done
Kobe
for.
Mania, bro.
So what?
protest.
Brock come out, Gunther get shook. Gunther still think he big and bad, but then he gets F5. That would be beautiful.
Yep.
That would be beautiful. And that would set
I don't
up.
think
That could
the
set up a
F5
whole story.
I don't think the
That could
F5
set up a
no.
whole
See,
storyline.
man, this
to like
is what I
SummerSlam
don't like,
probably.
bro. Y'all should not be talking. The way he just entered this arena, he was like all stone faced. He should just started beating his ass. You just watch your brother
True.
get beat bloody, and y'all on the mic.
He's smearing the
No.
blood on his chest, and you want to talk?
It should just be fighting. I don't know.
He's
He
not
probably
gonna-
saying some good stuff. I don't know,
He
but
be
should
acting
just
like a
been-
little bitch. That's really what it is.
I don't think they should be talking at all.
No, not at all.
They
That's
shouldn't
kinda
even
why-
be
It should be on
That's
site
kinda
every
why I
time.
don't think Jay's
Every
gonna
time.
win. I kind of don't. Like, I think
Really?
Jay's gonna win, but I'm not sure.
He gonna win. They gonna do it for the pop. He gonna hold it for 3
he's
months,
going to
2
win.
months.
But not think
then-
about how
A week?
No, listen. Think about how. But look how. Imagine how big the pop will be when Brock Lesnar comes out to confront Gunther.
That's that'd be big, but that Jay winning is big.
But Jay's been building up.
Yeah, this has been a long time.
Simmering.
But WWE love letting us down. We be expecting one thing, like we all expecting Jay to win. Main event Uso for so long.
We all expected.
We all thought Cody was going to win the first time.
That one.
Yeah, so like,
don't even bring that up.
and I just feel like he gon'
Everybody thought, we know it. Everybody thought Booker T was gonna win, and he did not.
Yeah, so I feel like it could go that way too. And then they got the camera panning on the kids
Just
crying.
like everybody thought Cody was gonna win last year.
That one person in the audience like this.
But it made sense. Like I wasn't as upset because I was like, okay, I get it. He just got here.
Right.
All right, I understand. But they getting back to him. Cool, we good.
Yeah. So like,
but yeah,
it could happen too. Like,
yeah.
Mind you, he's still talking 4 minutes later.
Like, Brock,
they never gonna be cool.
It wouldn't make sense.
Like it's only
if John Cena was in his prime, then yeah. But
it's only two people that Brock has honestly mutual respect for, and that's Cody and Undertaker. Yeah. That's the only two I could think Brock got mutual respect for.
I think he has respect for John Cena.
I would say I don't think it's terrible. Yeah, I think they do.
They came in at the same time.
But remember when Brock came back after doing the UFC, who the first person he went after? The night after WrestleMania.
John Cena.
I mean, he was a big dog. He was champion.
And who lost their first match? Brock Lesnar.
It's ring rules.
John Cena.
It's ring rules, but Brock got his lip back. He got his lip back.
Nope. That was the second most dominant victory over John Cena behind The Undertaker.
Man.
There's
a lot going on in the wrestling world, y'all.
Smashed him in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was
forgotten.
That was a filler. That was a filler. It was a filler.
What match?
When Undertaker fought John Cena at WrestleMania, smashed him in like 2 minutes.
Did y'all hear the story about that? So Taker, this is from Taker in an interview. Taker didn't know that's what was going to happen. Taker said he was training, trying to get his body back in shape so he could do like an hour. He's like, I was ready to do an hour. This is coming from him. I saw the interview. Then he said he got there and he said, yeah, it's going to be like a 2-minute match. And he was mad. He's like, no, I've been training to do like 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah. Then he walked up to John Cena. He thought John Cena was going to be on his side. And John Cena was like, no, he going to beat me in 2 minutes. I was like, damn. Yeah, that was an interesting story. And Undertaker was like, what? Like, I've been training. I'm about to die in like 10 years.
For 2 minutes?
For a 2-minute match? You crazy?
Speaking of an Iron Man match, do you ever think it will be another Iron Man match in the WWE?
Yeah.
Yeah. It gotta be Iron Man. Cause like, yeah, I can see that. I mean, it depends.
But if you notice, more of those are happening in NXT.
But if an Iron Man match was happening in WWE, who do you think it would be against? Who could you say?
I will say Chad Gable has to be in that match. I don't care who he's going against, but that's a Chad Gable match for sure. Iron Man match, he could definitely do that.
Put Jacob in there.
Jacob, Chad Gable?
Because that's a hard brother to get down for the first pin.
I don't see Chad Gable. They will fight one. I can see them fight one day, but that's not happening. And also, speaking of Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns will be the first person to pin him. I guarantee.
I can see that. Mm-hmm. I can see that.
I see that match being. You remember when Roman fought Braun Strowman at Fastlane and Roman pinned him?
But it's Roman. He can do that.
Yeah, he was the first person to pin Braun Strowman.
That's when he was the big dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he was the big dog.
They are trying to keep him from getting pinned. They're using every stipulation but the pin.
Last
man standing.
Right. It'll take about 5 spears probably, but I think he will take at least 5 spears. At least 5.
Now it's one person. It's 2 people that I'm upset that's gonna miss Mania.
What's that?
As we know, KO this past week.
Mm-hmm. That's fake. I think he'll be back.
That's storyline.
I think that's fake.
The second is Bronson Reed. I'm upset he's missing.
Kevin Owens, I think Kevin Owens. I think that's just part of. I think that's fake.
Now, I was gonna say, hold on.
If it's real, what Randy could go do at Mania? Like who? Like honestly, who on SmackDown?
He gonna chill.
Who on SmackDown can go up against him? Could it be somebody within the company?
I was just going to say throw Carmelo in there. Put him in there. I love Carmelo so much. Put that boy in there.
So have Melo and Randy Orton at Mania.
Yeah.
So you think Melo has earned that Mania spot?
I think Randy Orton trusts him. I think him and Carmelo has wrestled enough that he trusts him to do that match. So that's a good choice. Carmelo Hayes, and he's a star, man. I think the only thing stopping him because he's so small.
He enters himself into the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
That's not what's stopping him.
Let's stop him.
I be forgetting about that.
You know what's stopping him?
Really?
Yeah. That's what's stopping him. Let's be real. This code is what's stopping him.
I mean, he's black, but he's not Samoan.
That's what's stopping him. Look how
Is there any black man in WrestleMania right now?
Oh my gosh. No.
Jacob.
Fatu.
He's Samoan.
He's the closest thing we got.
You know what I meant.
I mean, according to the police, it don't matter.
Right.
But what's crazy though in NXT for Stand to Deliver, you got 3 brothers main eventing it.
But no, like that down there. Well, I hate to say down there. I'm gonna say over there. Yeah. Over there, NXT they appreciate us more, in my opinion, as far as putting us in the spotlight. Over here in WWE, it's like they do and they don't. Cause like one thing that makes me know about that historically, how they did MVP. MVP should have been a world heavyweight champion, in my opinion. He should have been a world heavyweight champion. Shelton Benjamin probably should have been a world heavyweight champion. I had somebody.
But I think at the time they had too many bigger names though.
Like when MVP was around?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
when MVP was around?
When MVP was there, think about who he had on SmackDown. He had to contend with Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, Undertaker,
Brock
Batista.
Lesnar wasn't even
not Brock Lesnar. No.
And JBL. I'm talking about when MVP.
That's what I'm saying. Brock Lesnar wasn't around when MVP was around.
They were pushing Mr. Kennedy, but not MVP. CM
Punk was world champion when MVP was around. Think about that.
Yeah, that was on WrestleMania 20.
MVP was still. You can fact check me. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure MVP was still on SmackDown when CM Punk at that point was world heavyweight champion. He could have been world heavyweight champion
twice.
I think that was the first time. Yeah.
Because that's when Matt Hardy reappeared and hit that twist of fate.
Yeah, and Jeff and Matt and CM Punk, everybody was feuding. Yeah. So who's Black Star? So I said MVP, Shelton. Yeah. It was Bobby Lashley should have held his.
Bobby Lashley had a good
Mark Henry. Let's say Mark Henry.
Mark Henry did great. It took them a long time for him to do that, but for his stint, it was historical. The Hall of Pain. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about his run.
Just the way that was
great.
Like they.
And look how they ended Kofi Kingston's run.
That was a joke.
That was stupid.
That's a joke. That was a joke.
Which one? Which
Kofi
one?
Mania.
When he won when Brock Lesnar beat him in fucking 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think. And
that was a damn joke.
And Mark Henry said this in the interview. He said if he was in Kofi's shoes, and I gotta go find this to make sure I'm right, that he would have went to business for himself. Not that he wouldn't have lost, but he would have kicked out of the first L5.
Yeah, because how you gonna do me like
that? I can't speak for them because I'm not in their shoes, but as a fan, me right now, if I was there, I would at least kicked out of that first F5. Like, you could beat me, but you're not about to beat me with this one move. And I'm the world champion. I don't care if I am. I got the belt. I don't care if you are 300 pounds heavier than me. I'm at least have some kick out, and you could just destroy me afterwards. Because that probably would piss Brock Lesnar off.
Just give me that.
Right.
Dang. Oh man, that was the saddest thing.
I got a question for everybody. What's your favorite WrestleMania? Not moment, but your favorite WrestleMania.
I feel like I look some stuff up for that one.
Oh god!
Outside of 40, because 40 for me was too free and emotional. Like that whole. That's outside of 40, your favorite WrestleMania.
Where was 40?
Philly.
That's a tough one.
So this one's 41.
Yeah, in Vegas.
I don't know why I thought this was 42. Okay. Well then I'll say 40.
Which one was Dave Bryan, Batista, and Triple H here?
21.
That was a loaded WrestleMania. I definitely like that one. That was a loaded one. I like that.
Let's see that. What the card had? It had.
Wasn't The Rock and Cena on that too?
Cena
won.
Okay,
that was his first one. He won the U.S. title against Big Show.
No, it didn't. That one on that one.
That was 21.
I'm not 21. I'm talking about the one Rock and John Cena on that same one with Daniel Bryan, Batista, and Randy Orton. I think.
You talk about when it was the Rock and Sock Connection versus Evolution?
No, that's before Rock. No, Daniel Bryan, Batista, and
I'm trying to
Del
find
Bryan
a match
versus
card
Batista
for
versus
this.
Triple H. That was
No, you
WrestleMania 35.
thinking of 30. That was he beat Triple H in the beginning of the night.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the one where
Batista
Undertaker lost his streak.
Yes.
WrestleMania
And that
30.
was Batista and Randy Orton that he beat in the
You
Triple
know,
H.
that was a good WrestleMania. I like that one. That was a good one. That was probably my favorite one.
I ain't gonna lie, I like 31 for me when Seth cashed in.
When who?
When Seth cashed in.
On who?
When he did the Heights of the Century.
Oh yeah, he cashed in. That's when everybody held the title in one night. All the Shield members. Yeah.
Because
Dean was champ and Roman beat Dean, right?
No. That was the night where Brock versus Roman for the first
Oh,
time.
it was Brock versus Roman.
And Seth cashed in. They did a triple threat. Roman speared Brock.
Then Seth hit Roman with the
curb stomp, and that's how he won the title. And that was the Heights of the Century. And then the same night you had Triple H versus Sting. You had Bray Wyatt versus Undertaker. You had Rusev versus Cena for the U.S. title. You had the NWO and DX come out in the same match.
This is WrestleMania 31?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Then of course you
Put it on
had
the list.
the ladder match that Dean was in.
Dean Ambrose.
True.
Yeah, it was a ladder
Dean,
match.
who was he going against?
Oh man, who was all in that match? Because it's 31, so.
Who was he going against?
Maybe I need to find a modern WrestleMania. The one that came to mind. I had to go look up the card.
That's very quick. What is your favorite WrestleMania moment?
Well, hold on, Nick. Can we answer the
Okay,
first question
I'm
first?
gonna
Nigga,
answer your question and a previous
question. All right.
Let him answer the
Now I
question.
chose WrestleMania 20.
WrestleMania.
That match card is pretty dope. That's the one where Chris
WrestleMania 20.
Benoit won, and Eddie Guerrero I think won his title match against Kurt Angle. And they did that whole big
return.
yeah, they did that whole big embrace. Hold on, this is some good
Undertaker
matches.
versus Kane.
Undertaker versus Kane. That was Evolution versus Rock and Sock. That one.
That one.
Christian versus Chris Jericho. I remember that was a pretty decent match.
Trish turned on Jericho. It was lip locking with Christian.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
definitely
a time.
That was a story.
And there was a bunch of tag team matches. Like, shoot, Booker T and Rob Van Dam was tag team champions. Like, that was a good
That was
little
like
time.
what? Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas, the world's greatest tag team.
R.I.P. Charlie.
They weren't even in that.
He died.
Russ Haas died.
I was like, when did he die? Where the fuck I been?
One of the Haases died. Was it either Charlie Haas or Russ Haas? One of them died.
No, Charlie alive.
Well, his brother is there.
Wow.
He has a brother.
Rikishi and Sky 2 Hottie had beat Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin in that WrestleMania. But it was a lot of good matches on that one.
Okay, what's your
I'm gonna go 20. 20 was cool.
I had to look.
Craig Charlie's dead, though.
I had to look it up because I didn't know which number it was. Don't do me. I'm still an OG fan. But WrestleMania 24 because that was the one where Shawn Michaels had the match against Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And he was like, I
Sorry.
love you.
I'm
sorry.
Super kick.
That corny shit worked that night.
Yeah.
I was crying my eyes out. I was like, no.
I feel like he should have kicked out of that one. It should have been at least like 3 sweet. I feel like he should have kicked out of that one. And then another one.
that was it. In my opinion, that was it.
Yeah, and then it was the Undertaker beating Edge. Like I just feel like,
Floyd Mayweather beating Big Show.
yep.
What?
Yeah, it
That was great.
Oh,
Taji too
It
young
was
for
like a
this.
celebrity battle down.
Taji's too young for this.
Yes.
Beating Big Show.
They bring celebrities now, but back then.
Off of brass knuckles.
Look him up.
What's it? Floyd Mayweather look like Kevin Hart in the ring with the Big Show.
Right.
Yes, he did.
But it worked. That worked. I don't think that could work now. That back then it worked. Like we was in it. You will see Big Show and Floyd like this, man.
I ain't gonna
Forget
lie.
this match.
I was into Sami
Back
Zayn
then,
versus Johnny
the
Knoxville.
storyline you gotta
You
look.
what?
I was into Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville because I was just couldn't wait to see what was about to happen.
Yeah,
in the match.
Taji, look up that
Like
storyline.
a
It
whole
worked.
a Jackass movie themed match at WrestleMania.
Right.
Yeah, that
right.
was
Oh, I
good.
remember
And
that.
that big hand came.
It smacked the shit out of him.
I would say my favorite WrestleMania moment, because it's the most memorable to me. I was like watching it with my friends. We all reacted crazily. Was when Brock beat the streak. That was a moment.
That was definitely.
I'm talking about-
That shocked me.
That shocked
I had to walk in the other
everybody
room.
in that little apartment we was in watching that WrestleMania.
I had to walk in the other room because I couldn't believe what just happened.
Shit, we thought Taker was dead. We was like, ain't no way he lost. Ain't no way he lost his
Like
match.
he's still laying down. He hasn't moved.
He needs some milk. Like, get him up. Like,
Everybody hands was on their heads like, Was that supposed to happen?
No, and then they had the black one with the glasses.
Yes.
Like Macaulay Culkin Home Alone style, just.
And dude, Paul Heyman. No, was it Paul Heyman? It wasn't Paul Heyman. Somebody, I think it was Taker. Cause I'll be watching a lot of interviews. Taker recently ruined the lore for that match. So after that match, Paul Heyman keeps the kayfabe. He keeps the story alive. Mm-hmm. So every time he's in the interview and they ask him about that, they was like, "Was that planned?" Because fans would ask, "Was that planned? Was Brock supposed to win?" Mm-hmm. And he always be like, "I don't know." They was like, "Maybe Brock went in for business for himself. Maybe he didn't." And in my head, I was always like, "Okay, yeah, maybe he wasn't supposed to win." And Undertaker kept kicking out, and Brock like, "No, nigga, I'm about to be the champ." Right. But then Undertaker went on the interview was like, "Yeah, that was supposed to always happen." I'm like, "Damn it." I had faith,
but Brock wasn't supposed to be the person to break it though.
Not at first, no.
No, not at first.
And Undertaker didn't want it to be Brock.
He wanted to be John Cena, didn't he?
I think I don't necessarily think he wanted to be John Cena. He wanted to be someone who could build off of it. Like Brock didn't need it. Brock was like a lure to himself.
It should have been Roman Reigns.
Nah, in my opinion, it should have been Bray Wyatt. In my opinion,
that would have been a good ass scurry match though, very scurry.
That would have been.
Yes.
And if it wasn't Bray Wyatt, I was such a big Punk fan. I thought I should have been CM Punk. So I was pushing for Bray Wyatt, then CM. But yeah, I always thought it should have been Bray because they had that
or maybe Randy. You know the whole legend killer moniker.
But he beat him before, hasn't he?
He already beat
he beat him. It wasn't at WrestleMania, but he beat him.
He beat Randy on that WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was WrestleMania.
That's what I said. I'm like, Randy beat The Undertaker before. It wasn't at WrestleMania, but he beat The Undertaker.
It wouldn't have made.
Oh, someone when he lit the casket on fire with his dad.
I think so. Yeah, that was the time. That was like, was that a Raw, like a Backlash?
No, that was a pay-per-view. It was a pay-per-view.
Like Armageddon. Who knows?
Well, it could have been like.
They doing them so dirty.
Well, it could have been.
I can't believe they turned heel.
You said what?
What if they actually win though tonight?
I hope so.
Yeah, it could have been.
Who cares about the War Raiders, low key? I'm gonna keep it real.
But it's like on SmackDown, the tag titles are like the tag team division is like rocking right now.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, like Montez Ford needs to turn heel. I'm sorry.
Who?
He needs to be by himself.
He needs to be by himself.
They're such losers together. He needs to be by himself. I'm sorry.
I love them together.
It's funny you say they losers, but they the champs.
I know, but it's like together. I'm not fucking. I'm like, okay, it's the Street Profits. We got another version of Crime Time. Woo.
No, don't you ever. No. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. When I first saw them, that's what I thought. But they was different, so I was like, nah.
But I feel like Montez could go further in his career by himself.
They got a little edgier. They got new music.
Yeah.
New theme song.
I saw a tweet that said Montez Ford is who Triple H thinks Jey Uso is. And I was like, that's interesting.
I think Montez Ford is... I agree with that. And it's also who Triple H maybe thinks Carmelo Hayes is.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Carmelo is going to be the black version of Shawn Michaels.
I would say...
Yes, and let that happen.
He's going to be a black...
Shoot that boy to the moon.
I fucks with that.
He's going to be the black HBK.
I like that. I also feel like if they do make... Like, you could make Montez Ford a heel, but I still think they could stick together. What's his name? Dawkins? Mm-hmm. Dawkins could be like the muscle.
Yeah.
Like, we know Montez can get the job done.
Yeah.
But Dawkins can still be the muscle.
They because when Bobby Lashley was managing them and they were heel for like.
But Bobby Lashley ain't no damn manager. When I saw that, I was like, that's stupid.
That was real dumb.
He was managing them for like, and they were heel for like a hot second, and it didn't work.
But it kind of worked recently when they came out kind of heelish until they won the titles.
I was gonna ask, are they heel now or?
I don't even know.
They're not heel.
It's mid.
It's
midway though. They could go both ways.
They're kayfabe. They're kayfabe. You have heel, you have babyface, then you have kayfabe. And kayfabe is where you got it's where they can show the heel side, but everybody will love them.
Everybody loves them.
Okay.
Because like when they started jumping folks, I was like, oh yeah.
Who was into that?
Let's get it.
What was that?
What do you consider Brock Lesnar?
Roll Rumble. That happened.
What do you consider Brock Lesnar? Because he's not exactly. I don't know if he's a heel or if he's like.
He's kayfabe now.
Like same thing with Undertaker.
He's kayfabe now, and that happened when he was going against Roman.
But if you want him heel, definitely have him take the belt from Jay.
They're just
everybody hate him.
That's just gonna be a bloody,
first night. Just take
bloody
it.
massacre.
Like Brock Lesnar is in between. The Undertaker is like in between. You know, Bray Wyatt was like in between. You know, like some people are heels and then somebody they just do what the hell they want to do.
True.
Like Braun Strowman, like he's not a heel or like
right.
Kayfabe, whatever.
He just big in her.
He just
Strowman just be sitting in the office to Triple H like, go ahead, come on out real quick. Need you to fight Jacob for 3 weeks.
Right.
Then he just go back into the office. I feel like I was like, where the fuck is Braun Strowman at? Like,
I said that. Then when he had a match, I was like,
do y'all feel that Omos will be back in the WWE?
Yes.
that big ass nigga.
But it'll be for a hot minute.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be long.
yeah, he needs to
It
be
ain't gonna be long.
trained
Because remember,
properly.
he popped up at the Royal Rumble a couple of years ago, and that was it.
Yeah.
Right.
I think he's such a, like, you can't help but look at him like such an attraction that they would like to keep him. And I feel like they probably haven't invested in him. So I think just they probably already have like Big Show and Undertaker training him maybe. But he needs to be trained by some big guys so he can know how to move.
That's not like when I first when he beat Bobby Lashley, I said they gonna make this guy the next great Khali. At least,
Which they
at
should.
least.
Which they
He
should.
should. I'm not saying he has to win a title, but he should at least be in a world title match.
Yeah, and he should never talk ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
You don't need
I
to,
agree.
You saw
his
that?
promos suck. You don't need to
saw
talk.
Like when MVP was his mouthpiece, great. When AJ Styles became his
the
mouthpiece,
fuck?
I was like, oh god, no. What are y'all doing?
Omos?
Yeah, wasn't AJ
AJ
Styles
Styles-
Omos'
You know what?
mouthpiece
You know
for
what?
him?
Oh yes,
They
yes.
were
I
tag team
remember
champions.
What?
They was
They
tag
were
team
together.
champions.
What?
Still
You
terrible.
can have him
They
be-
won it at
have him
WrestleMania.
be
Matter of fact.
Carmelo Hayes. Have him be Carmelo Hayes like bodyguard.
Ooh.
That'll work. I'll take that. And Carmelo Hayes can talk. So
Yes.
I'll take that.
I got a feeling
That'll work.
Trick Mello game is gonna happen.
I was finna say.
You know,
I was gonna bring up Trick Williams.
Look, you remember when
It's gonna happen again
when
when he gets to the main roster.
What's up?
It makes
what's
sense.
the bald one? God.
The bald black guy? There's a lot of bald
It's
black
a
guys.
bunch of them.
Apollo.
When Apollo Crews defeated
Right, he just defeated somebody like a month or two ago.
Injured. Injured.
No, when he defeated
Injured.
when he defeated
Andrew.
Big E, and he had that tall what was that tall Samoan guy he had helping him?
Oh, he got fired, didn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah, they let him go. Not fired, but released.
Oh yeah.
I
I
forgot
remember
his
that.
name.
They have
Dreams.
Carmelo Hayes, he can do it in a situation like that, and Omos comes out.
That could work. That could work.
But
Come on,
That's some
WWE.
big
Y'all
ass
not
niggas.
listening, but listen.
Please be
let's say they
listening,
bring
bro.
Trick up, right?
Let's say he gets a match with Randy Orton at WrestleMania, and that's how Omos appears.
That'd be dope.
Who else they do that?
That'd be dope. You said bring
'Cause
Trick.
that's
I hope
hard.
not, but yeah, go ahead.
What's wrong with Trick? Whoop that
It's
Trick.
there's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
I just think
It's
there's.
not the time.
Do you think
It's not the
not
time.
ready.
You don't think he's ready?
No,
No.
I
He's
ain't gonna say
He's
he's.
ready.
Well, I don't
think
know.
Trick is ready.
I don't think
He's
he's ready. I think he needs more mic work. He's cool. I think he needs more mic work. I don't watch a lot of his wrestling from what I've seen. He could use a little more.
I
the
think they could
wrestling,
make
too.
him better if, let's say, he does go to the main roster, because remember, Gunther couldn't talk for nothing.
Yeah.
Now he's slinging shots left and right like it ain't
True.
nothing.
But he was a damn great wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Trick
damn great
is
wrestler.
raw.
Yeah.
You see that he's got the natural athleticism, but he cannot wrestle.
And
I'm
I
not trying
don't.
to talk about
And he got lash.
Trick, but he's not a good wrestler.
And I don't-
He's just
and he
not.
got
I-
lash.
he needs-
Yeah, and I don't want him to get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't want that to
Because
happen.
we still all the hope we have for Carmelo Hayes, all the hope we have for who we just talked about with the tag team championships.
Montez
Ford. If he comes up, then it's like he's gonna get lost. In my opinion, he's gonna get lost. In
He
it.
should have
Yeah.
lost.
I'm still trying to figure out what they're gonna do with all these Hispanic wrestlers. I love them; they're
I
great.
A bunch of LWO members.
What are y'all about to do with them?
I love Dragon Lee.
I love all of them.
Dragon Lee live is so good. I root for him every time.
Ray
I love
Phoenix.
all of them.
Ray-
Ray Phoenix is
Ray
dope.
Phoenix,
But it's like, what are y'all gonna do to
Penta.
keep the momentum of all these
Yes.
great Hispanic
Dragon Lee.
wrestlers?
Yes. Right.
I don't want them to. Y'all just put a bunch together in the group, and most of them ain't really done nothing till.
They don't need
Exactly. Yeah.
But they are showcasing, the lucha.
They are. I agree.
I feel like.
But
I just hope it lasts for a while.
Yes.
And now,
I feel like-
and now with Ray Phoenix being on SmackDown,
Put-
now they're doing it on both.
Put a belt
Raw
on
and SmackDown.
one of them. Yeah.
How I feel like how they keep like he said they're keeping the luchas alive.
Ray Phoenix and Penta tag team.
They're brothers.
Yeah, Lucha
They are
Brothers.
brothers.
Yeah.
I know at some point they're gonna put them together.
But Ray Phoenix is on SmackDown.
I know. So like, I don't know.
Same way they keep like the bloodline together, they're gonna do that, but lucha style. Like I feel like they can have storyline spinoffs of them.
You know
So-
what? And that's how the Y6 Y6 versus
Yeah,
him.
like
That could be something.
Yeah, that'll work. Y6 versus LWO.
Or
That'd be
heck,
nice.
can we talk about Santos for a second? I feel like Santos is just going down. Santos and his two.
Santos Escobar and
but if y'all notice,
Legado del
they
Fantasma.
might cook something up between him and Andrade.
But when was the last time we saw Andrade?
and look, I be
that's
getting
nothing
confused.
but a filler.
Sometimes I get Santos and Andrade mixed
Okay,
up.
come on now.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I know that sounds bad. I know it sounds bad, but I'm not lying. I'm being honest. I get them mixed up sometimes. I know one of them is married to Charlotte Flair.
Andrade.
Andrade, okay.
On SmackDown, like nobody. That's just a filler. Oh, we need another match.
And I thought Andrade was gonna be like, what's my dude name?
Alberto Del Rio.
Yes, I thought he was gonna make him like an Alberto Del Rio type guy, and it didn't happen.
They need to have somebody, a Latin wrestler, in that main event spot.
Yes.
I
think that's what they're trying to
both
figure out.
shows, honestly.
I feel like Penta will be big.
Penta is going to be big.
I feel like Penta is gonna be better than Rey Mysterio.
I can see that. Well, I don't know about better, but on the
That's questionable.
Mysterio is a legend.
Cannot
He's a
let go.
legend. You can compare.
He's going to win a world title. I guarantee you, Penta will win a world title.
Ray has won the world title twice, so we good.
Yes,
maybe
Penta
3 times.
will win a couple of them.
I mean, yeah. I mean, now they have more faith. They ain't have a lot of faith in Ray back then. They got faith in them now, thanks to Ray. Thanks to Ray.
Speaking of Ray,
versus Penta versus Phoenix versus Ray.
I know this is a little kind of off topic, but it's kind of off topic. Are y'all into conspiracies?
Yeah.
Yep, because have y'all noticed that
Let her talk.
Don't be cutting the queen off. You just said her glasses look good.
But okay, so I be watching a lot of interviews about wrestling. So there was an interview where, first of all, he was biased because he hates Dominic. So let's get that out of the way.
One of my faves.
How Liv Morgan, they think that, like, you remember back in the day how there was China, Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
They think that he's taken on that role of how China and Eddie Guerrero and how they was back in the day. He got the same haircut as Eddie Guerrero back in the day. Right. Liv Morgan is starting to wear darker makeup as China did. You remember China? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, like, I feel like that's going to play into a feud with his father in the long run again, because they were saying on the interview or whatever. Remember back in the day how, like, there was that whole thing where he wasn't Rey Mysterio kid for real or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Ladder match or something.
Because Dominic is a veteran. He's been in the wrestling game for like 20 years now. He's a veteran.
Right, Vicky Guerrero holding the ladder, holding Eddie,
shaking.
Y'all may call me crazy for this. Y'all may. You may call me crazy, or you might not. But I got a theory. You remember before Eddie Guerrero died, Rey Mysterio was a good wrestler, but he was just a fan favorite. Let's be real. He was a fan. He was a fan favorite. But he was not a main eventer. No one thought he was gonna be a world champion. I got a theory. I honestly feel that Rey Mysterio had Eddie Guerrero sacrificed.
You what?
Wow.
We've had this conversation, so I'm not commenting on it today.
Wow.
I'm gonna read you down.
Hear me out.
I don't know what to say about that.
Hear me out.
It's getting hot.
Think about
here.
it.
That's deep.
Soon as Eddie died, Rey Mysterio has Eddie Guerrero sacrificed. Then all of a sudden, Rey Mysterio he wins the Royal Rumble. He wins the world title. That would not have happened.
I have a rebuttal. So for that one, I don't think it's a conspiracy because, like I said, I watch interviews. Rey Mysterio knows that. He knows that if it wasn't for Eddie passing, he wouldn't have been put in that position. He knows that.
And Eddie had a lot of dark issues.
Yeah, it's been documented that Eddie had some dark issues. So I understand, but it wasn't for like Rey Mysterio like saying it publicly. Like, yeah, I know if that didn't happen, I probably wouldn't have been in this situation. It probably would have took me longer than But he knows. He knows. Because it was only either him or Chavo. Nobody's going to give Chavo a championship.
I was like, ooh, Chavo. Like,
that song was stupid.
I love that intro.
I used to think I was Mexican when he came on. Yeah, you got to do your little salsa. Like, what?
I was like, the mask about to come out.
And let's be real. Dominic looks more like Eddie than he does Ray. He just does.
And Ray has said that too.
He got the dirty Sanchez. He got the dirty Sanchez going on.
So, like, what if,
I mean, they could bring the storyline back.
And Eddie was an Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah. I mean, they all were Intercontinental Champions. Ray was in the Continental champion.
Yeah, I'm saying Ray was in the Continental, AD was in the Continental,
Dominic in the Continental.
Dominic got it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it
Wow.
Makes sense. But I was gonna say when you brought up the whole China thing, I was like, wasn't that Dom and Rhea? Dom and Rhea was like China and
True.
Yeah. That's why you got the same haircut.
Do it again.
Everything, like, yeah.
Oh yeah, but my jaw dropped. Was playing on the screen. They just replayed the Cena turning heel. Yeah, my jaw dropped. I was surprised. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it to happen right then. I expected it to come when John Cena turned heel. They just replayed it.
When the Rock did the cutthroat thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, huh?
You leaned in.
And then when it happened, I'm like stone face. Like I had the dumb man look.
That's some serious stuff, though. I brought my nephew a John Cena thing, and I came back and the legs ripped off.
Yeah, we gotta get to the main event. Cause I don't know how much time we got left. I want to make sure we talk about the triple threat and what other match you got in mind.
We gotta talk about that.
You know about the big triple threat, right?
We should talk about both triple threats.
With Seth Rollins.
Okay. Let's first talk about the women. Let's talk about the women.
Io better win.
She's going to win.
I need her to win.
Io better win.
She's going to win. I know for a fact she's going to win.
And if not, then Bianca, please.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think
Rhea's not winning.
It makes zero sense for Bianca or Rhea to win. It makes no sense.
Yeah, Io needs to win.
It makes none.
I mean,
Io should win.
It makes zero.
It makes no sense for Jay to win against Gunther, right? But
Whoa.
That does make sense.
Ain't nobody say all that.
Wrestling ability, period. Like
it's about the passion, Taji.
I know.
It's a storyline, man.
I'm saying I need Io to win, but if not, then I need Bianca to win.
But what's been funny is that every time they get into
it would make sense for Bianca to win if you think about it.
How would it make sense?
Because, okay, this is my thought process. That's my girl. You heard her intro song when she come out.
I'm on my own against the wall.
So she could really say fuck Jade too, and that be her heel turn as well, because I watched the interview with that girl. They asked her, "Are you going to go heel soon?" She smirked. She laughed and laughed it off and was like, if I was to go heel, y'all would know. And she winked at the camera. So therefore, I do see a heel turn for her sooner. That would be a way for her to go heel if she won that champ and was like, I'm on my own against the wall. I did this myself. Fuck y'all. Fuck Jade too.
That's the only way I can see her winning. Like she
Yeah,
she got like go crazy, like cheer to everybody.
Yeah.
Like make sure people is down.
She would probably like turn heel after the match.
No, I need her during the match. If she wins, I don't want it to be a clean win.
She would have to lose.
All right, then. Okay, lose then.
Bianca grabs the title, hits somebody with the title, gets the pin.
Nah, I need Io to win. I want Io to win in the most cleanest way ever.
I do want Io to win.
I need her to have a bomb entrance. Because her Io song, her theme song, the way it comes on, she need to have a bomb entrance.
Io.
And she's coming in as the champion too.
Right.
She gotta come in with a bang.
And I feel like she's going to win. The way they keep like playing her ass, like it's just about us too. Forget you, like nah.
And she probably gonna do something crazy too. Like you see what she did at War Games with the trash can.
Yeah.
Right.
In a triple threat at Mania, she's not in the tag team. She fighting for herself and she fighting for the title.
She fighting for her life. She's
something off the top rope. Do something.
Well, she put a dumpster on her head.
A dumpster.
You said upgrade for
trash. It's still trash that she putting on her head.
She drive a jump truck.
The trip with that with
Roman
and Rollins.
All right, let's keep this one organized then. Full circle. So we can all get our thoughts out, you know?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, podcast man.
How do y'all see the triple threat with Punk, Rollins, and Reigns playing out? Because obviously we see on SmackDown that
the favorite
Punk and
Paul
Heyman have officially,
No, my tribal chief. I can't do that.
What you think? You want to try first, Q?
I'll take a shot first. It's crazy because, okay, you got the wise man being from Roman, but then you got the best friend. What was he? The advocate for CM Punk? But let's think about this. What connection is between Paul and Seth? Let's think about this. He's already had a run with CM Punk. He's had this run with Roman. If he's willing to stand side by side with Punk, Paul Heyman's willing to cross anybody. So let's just say a reach. Let's say he sides with Seth. Because nobody expecting him to side with Roman years ago when they was doing the whole Thunderdome. Nobody saw that coming. Think about it.
I ain't thinking about that.
You know what? That's
It's a part. Because think about it. Seth has been a part of so many moments in WWE, especially with the heights of the century. You need something to top 40. You need something to top 40. It was too many things that happened in 40 last year to where you need to top what they did.
Okay.
If you throw a swerve in there like that, or let's say, oh yeah, Paul actually turns on Roman. That's a whole Roman CM Punk storyline after Mania. So it's two different ways Heyman could go. He could side with Seth, and Seth now has his own personal wise man, and Seth could go ahead and be evil or vicious like he was when he was the visionary. It's so many different ways, but as a winner, sticking to my.
If I would say, and I'm
sticking to my guns.
Just a quick rebuttal on that. If Paul Heyman sides with Seth, then in my head Seth has to win.
Oh yeah,
I'm about to say you don't do that if Seth's not going to
And
win.
when WrestleMania is over with and it goes black, and before it runs through the whole highlight reel of everything that happened through the night, you go see Seth and Seth and Paul. Paul with his big grin on his face. Seth looking evil as possibly could be. Roman looking up. Delirious probably getting curb stomped. CM Punk probably sitting on the outside on the floor. Like, I can't believe this just happened. My best friend that screwed me over. That's two different storylines you could go with.
Okay. I like it.
I was thinking going with Roman.
All right, so his winning is Roman. What you think?
Roman. He really explained what I was going to say.
Damn.
Because Paul Heyman he's not loyal. He's loyal for how long until he switches again. Geez. So with that being said, I that's my tribal chief. So I'm gonna go with Roman. But how long? He's been with Roman for a while. How long was he with Lesnar before he switched? Like,
he was here for a couple years.
That's what I'm saying. So this is time for him to. This is about time for him to move around. And do some Paul Heyman type shit, bald head, whole shit. So it's coming.
But if he does draw forces with Rollins, it would only make sense for Rollins to win. It makes zero sense for him to do it after the match. Like, he has to win if he does it.
And then he could spin off like they was on the Shield together, so he could just be like,
but
I went to the Shield.
It's gonna come apart in that match where the focus is gonna be on Paul, and he's gonna have to make a choice between Punk and Reigns. And he's gonna be crying. He's gonna be doing the whole hands prayer emoji.
He already chose Punk.
But he's gonna shock people with that decision he's gonna make, and it's probably not gonna be for Roman. It's not gonna be for CM Punk. Rollins is gonna appear, counter, and he could possibly win the match too.
Cool.
I still say Roman, but that would be my way of saying winning. I don't see Punk winning.
What you got, Taji?
I don't see Seth winning.
Definitely
that was my thing.
I don't either.
So it would have to be Roman. What are we talking about with Paul? Because I know that the contract signing, and I know that it was the thing of like, Paul's going to be in CM Punk's corner.
Yeah, that was the favor. So he owed CM Punk a favor. And they thought the favor was going to be that Punk's in the main event, but that wasn't the favor. So he's like, I need you in my corner because you're my best friend.
I honestly thought at first he was just going to like, just help somehow. He was going to betray Roman and help Punk win at Mania.
No, I thought the favor was that he was going to be in line for a title shot.
That's what I thought too.
I'm thinking not at Mania, but like SummerSlam, possibly. Yeah. And then he was going to get a title shot. I'm thinking that's what the favor for.
I agree. And when I realized it wasn't the title shot, I was like, okay, it's probably going to be a main event spot. And it was. I was like, oh, well, that's not the favor. I think I'm going to go with, my gut says Punk. The only reason I think why, because... All right. First of all, I don't think it's a thing about. I don't think he betrayed Roman. This was a favor. Roman, you agreed to us. Well, you needed my help, and I got you this help. Now we owe him a favor. It's just the favor wasn't what you thought was gonna be, Roman, but now I gotta follow through because this is like a loyalty type thing. Like, I'm loyal to you, but I owe him this.
So do you think that the favor was like, okay, yeah, you're in my corner, but you're in my corner to guarantee me to win?
I don't think it's just a guarantee. I think it's a sentimental thing. You in my corner. I think that's gonna fuck with Roman a lot, so that might trip him off his game. And like at first, I didn't expect CM Punk to win. I was just like, okay, he gonna be in the main event, but he's not gonna win. But now that I know the favor that Paul's gonna be in his corner, I expect him to win now. So yeah, if Paul's in your corner, you win it.
Okay.
He was in Brock Lesnar's corner at the Undertaker match, WrestleMania. Brock won.
And that's true.
You got a point.
Whoever Heyman is with, they win. That's just facts.
Yeah. But if he side with Seth, that's a
That
turn.
could be
It's
a
not gonna
switch.
last long because Seth can talk. So
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I
There's
don't know
no
why
longevity
he
in
needs
that.
him as a manager.
that's not.
But at the same time, when
Roman can talk too, but Paul,
It took a while.
But
It took a
at the
long
same
time for him
time,
to
when
talk.
Paul was with CM Punk,
I think
That's
Roman
two
can
people
always
right
talk.
there.
Even when he was a face, I feel like Roman cut good promos.
but even when Paul was with CM Punk, off the back, you had two people who were deadly on the microphone together.
I know, but that just works. They both from ECW,
and it
all,
works.
man, that just works.
And it works.
It
When
won't
you
work
got
with
two
Seth.
people that can talk on the microphone
It won't work
and
with
bury
Seth.
people at the same time.
Yeah, it won't
Oh
work
yeah,
with Seth.
oh yeah, it can work.
And then all it's gonna do
And
is
Seth know how to bury people.
it's gonna give Punk more ammo. Man, you sound like me when me and Paul was together. He keeps saying Seth Rollins is him. So you put Paul with Seth. That's all CM Punk gonna say. You still being me. Now you got Paul with you. You both can talk.
And Paul's gonna hype it up to where he's gonna make
He
it
can
seem like Seth
he's
is more
better.
superior.
Yeah, he can do
Yeah.
that. It's better. So it could work.
He cashed in Money in the Bank better than you did.
Like, it's just I'm really like torn on that match. That's the one match I don't know what's gonna happen. I honestly don't know who's gonna win that match.
It's a toss up.
It really is. All the other matches, I'm pretty sure is gonna win. But this one, I'm
Cause Seth seems like a third wheel, and he might pull out the win just because people
Just
don't
because
expect
he's a
him to.
third wheel,
Yeah, just
right.
because he's a third wheel.
yeah.
So who knows? So.
Yeah. Well,
What? No.
Like when somebody do that, you know it's about to be over.
well,
Top, you got to go.
Right?
there we go. My next episode of Petty. Oh fuck, now sorry, I gotta do that again.
Yeah, you got it. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Action.
Yeah, cut. God damn, I gotta practice.
First
how to
episode
edit.
of Petty Talk, WWE version.
There we go with another episode of Petty Talk. You know, we talk WWE. We had Marlon Mack in the building.
Yeah, we
We
here.
had Tazi in the building.
Woo!
We had
Woo!
Leona in the building.
I don't know what
Right.
these do,
Quincy
but
Elden in the building.
Still yeet.
I will be back
acknowledge
April
me.
14th with another WWE episode.
Oh, I love this.
And
Yeah.
that's,
Okay.
I
and that's
love
cool.
this.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
cool.
we gotta do it. WrestleMania is
Yeah.
when is WrestleMania?
Hey, I might
The 20. It's on Easter. I said, fuck my.
I might
family. Y'all
throw.
gotta do
If I throw a
Girl, nobody
WrestleMania
say
party, y'all
nothing
gonna
to
pull
me.
up.
Just
It's
click.
April 20th.
All
It's
right,
on Easter.
I might throw a WrestMania watch party. I'll let y'all know.
Boy,
I was
I'm
saying,
not-
I'll be there. Fuck
Hold
my
on,
family.
wait,
Fuck
wait.
Easter.
I know
I'm
I'm not
there.
about to be the only person having an
Ooh.
I
itis.
don't know. Easter is Sunday.
I know I'm not about to be the only person having an itis while watching WrestleMania. On Easter Sunday, for real.
We appreciate
After
you
church.
though, Petty Talk. We
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
you.
you.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to talk
Thank
about
you.
something besides comedy, you know.
And yeah, this was fun. I need somebody to write down all the predictions that we had about
On
like
me.
Goldberg popping up. And
Yeah, we
seeing-
were just.
I was
saying
watching like,
things
oh,
like-
Q said Goldberg is popping up. He hurt.
I'm like, Max said it best.
Hey, we had some common predictions. It's nice to pick people's brains. I love it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I always wanted to do this because I'll be watching the reactions,
Yeah.
reaction videos.
Mhm.
I was